So, good afternoon and welcome back to Daily Transfer Update. As you can tell, it is a little bit later than usual. I vowed never to do another drunk video again. So, hence why it is an afternoon video. I was a little bit worse for wear last night, but better late than never. And we've got a couple of players to talk about, 3 in total. First one, we might as well start with the first one, and that's Tierney. Now, yesterday it broke and emerged that Arsenal had a bid of £15 million rejected from Celtic. John Hartson came out and started cussing Arsenal, saying it's embarrassing, it's this, it's that. Now, I did a stream on this yesterday afternoon, speaking in detail about it, and I don't think it is embarrassing. I think this is part and parcel of negotiations. I used the example on my stream that if you go and buy a car for 29 grand, you're not paying 29 grand for that car in the showroom. You're going to try and barter and haggle and try and get that price down. If you can't get the price down, then you ask for extra aircon, you ask for better alloys, you ask for tinted windows, you ask for heated seats to try and get the most for your money. It's no different in football. You know, we want a player. They value him at 25 million. We valued him at 15 million, hence the bid for 15 million. Now, somewhere in between is where we're going to end up. We ain't going to pay 25 million. They ain't going to sell him for 25 million. So I think John Hartson needs to just stick to chatting rubbish on TalkSport, if I'm being completely honest, because that's all the guy ever seems to do. Chats absolute breeze about Wenger this, Wenger that. It was the biggest Wenger apologist I've ever heard. And now it's embarrassing and this and that. I'll tell you what is embarrassing. What is embarrassing is only signing one player in a transfer window and saying nobody was available. That's embarrassing, John. We are going to go back in with another bid. We're going to go back in with a bid for around about the £19.5 million mark. Now, that could be enough to secure his services, and I hope it does. Listen, this guy is a fantastic footballer. He's young enough to get better. He's still quite young. He's very experienced. He's played a hell of a lot of games up in Scotland. He's played a hell of a lot of games in title-winning teams as well. So he's used to winning. It's going to be a culture shock coming to London. It's going to be a culture shock coming to a team that don't win. But it's Arsenal. It's a bigger exposure. It's a bigger league. It's more competitive. It's a test for him. And I think he'll do really, really well. Obviously, this leaves the door open for Monreal to go. He's, 33 now. Been pretty decent for Arsenal over the years, but I think it is time to go. What does this mean for Sead Kolasinac? Obviously, he wasn't Unai Emery's man. He's came in and inherited him, and he ain't really done it this season. Got himself in so many fantastic situations, but then just picks the wrong option time and time again. And I think Emery's probably got frustrated with that. You know, there was an instance in the in the Europa League final at 0-0. All he had to do is just whip a ball across the goal, and Aubameyang scores a tap-in. Instead, he takes a touch, and we didn't score, and we ended up getting slapped in that final. So, you know, if we had somebody like Kieran Tierney who can cross a ball, we know he can cross a ball. He is a very good crosser. If we could get somebody like him in the team, that makes us better, not only going forward, but I think he's a better defender than Monreal and Kolasinac. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Would you take Kieran Tierney at Arsenal? Leave it in the comments section. Player number 2. Now, I was shocked when I see this one linked, actually. And that is Lewis Dunk. There's only 2 publications speaking about it right now, but they're saying that Brighton want £30 million for him, and that Unai Emery has identified him as one of his main centre-back targets. Now, if that is the case, I'm absolutely over the moon with that, because I think he's not only a fantastic defender, but he's a bit of a warrior as well. He's a throwback to a proper old-school centre-back. I think that we could go in and get that guy. I think he'd slot straight into Arsenal's first 11. And I think, again, it makes our defence so much better. So I'm not too disappointed that we're linked to him. I know a lot of people will say that he's not good enough for Arsenal. I know a lot of people don't want him. But for me, I think that this would be an upgrade. Listen, Mustafi's an absolute liability. Koscielny's come towards the end of his Arsenal career. And we're playing Monreal there as well at times. Mavropanos ain't good enough in my opinion. Christian Bilic, same, not really good enough. There's a reason a 21-year-old got loaned out. Yeah, well, I don't need to say any more about Bilic. I've said it on stream a couple of days ago. So, but we have not got a lot of options in that centre-back position. We've either got Rob Holding, who's currently injured. We've got Socrates. And that is about it, really. They're the only two that are worthy of staying. They're the only two that should be staying. And the rest of them centre-backs should be getting out of this football club. And I'm hoping that the club are actively seeking to get rid of them. But I don't know. We shall see. We've got 6.5 weeks of the transfer window to go. I'm hoping somebody like Lewis Dunk could come in, bring a bit of steel into the defence. Bring in some actual proper defending for a start. Because the guy can actually defend. Which is what a defender's supposed to do. So I think he'd be a brilliant signing. Whether this happens or not, I don't know. Leicester City are linked to him as well. They want a replacement for Harry Maguire, who looks like he's on his way out the club to Man United. In a massive transfer fee. Ridiculous money for Maguire. But they're looking to reinvest that into Lewis Dunk as well. Now, listen, Brendan Rodgers, very good manager up at Leicester. Unai Emery, I think, is a very good manager. There's a reason both of these teams that play attacking football and try and play possession football, both want him. And that's because he can defend. But I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Would you take Lewis Dunk at Arsenal? Do you think he's good enough for Arsenal? Leave it in the comments section down below. Now, last but by no means least is a guy that we were linked to for the whole of January, and that is Nkunku. Now, we were linked to this guy for £25 million in January. We couldn't actually end up buying him in the end because we could only loan. We tried to loan him with an option to buy. They didn't want to do that, hence why he stayed at PSG. Now, reports going around today suggest that we're going to go and get him for as little as 15 million euros, which equates to about 13.5 million quid. Now, that just goes to show that January you get ripped off, PSG are crooks, and he weren't worth 20 odd million quid. So, I don't know. I think this kid's quite a good player. I think that I think he would do well at Arsenal. I think he would do well in the league. I think he's got every attribute to succeed in the Premier League. But are we going to go and sign him? He's worked with Emery before. Relatively cheap, so it fits our brackets. It fits the mould of Arsenal right now. So I think he could be coming in. I'm not too sure right now. We'll obviously have to see how that progresses, but we shall see. And the next couple of weeks are going to be vital, as I've said before. You know, we go off to America for the pre-season tour, and we need to make sure that we've got a couple of new recruits in the team, and taking them out to America. We need to get them used to how we play, and get them into the training straight away, and getting them used to the Emery style of how he wants to do things. So I think Nkunku could be a player of ours. I think Kieran Tierney's looking likely to be a player of ours. Lewis Dunk, I genuinely don't think it's going to happen. It would be a shame if it didn't happen, but sadly I don't think it will. But there we go. Short and brief today. Leave it all in the comments section. Let me know what I can't even speak today. What you guys think of the transfers we're linked to today. I'll get my words out in a minute. And leave it all in the comments section and let me know. Don't forget also, you can go back and check out my 2 streams from yesterday. I will be doing 2 more today. One at 5 o'clock and one at 9 o'clock. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll drag you away from Love Island for the 9 o'clock one. But don't worry, you can watch it on +1. So yeah, I'll be back later talking about a transfer that may or may not happen. I'll do that at 5 o'clock, and then we'll find something to talk about at 9 o'clock as well. So all have a wonderful Sunday, and I will see you later. Laters, peeps.